We're back with another monthly compilation here at the Life Pulse. March has been a month of discovery, reflection, and taking control of our lives. So, get comfortable, and let's dive into the topics that made this month so engaging. Here's what we explored in March. The science of luck. We broke down the mysteries of luck, chance, and mindset. From legendary sports curses to success stories like Kurt Warner, Tom Brady, and Elon Musk, we explored whether luck is truly random or something we can shape. Understanding Dreams, Part 3. In the final episode of our dream series, we interpreted 14 new dream symbols, from stormy skies to volcanoes and locked doors. If you've ever had a strange dream, this video might just have the answers. Debt-free in record time. We shared 5 killer hacks to help you take charge of your finances and pay off debt faster than you ever thought possible. Nihilism. Is life meaningless? This was our personal favorite video to make so far. We explored the depths of nihilism, from Nietzsche's Death of God to Camus's absurdism and Jordan Peterson's perspective on responsibility as a path to meaning. It's a thought-provoking journey we truly enjoyed creating. As always, you can use the timeline in the description to jump to the topics that interest you most. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these topics was your favorite? And what other themes or concepts would you like us to explore? Let us know in the comments. Sit back, relax, and enjoy March's compilation.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Life Pulse. Today we're exploring a topic that affects us all. Luck. Have you ever wondered why on some days everything seems to fall perfectly into place, while on others, nothing goes right? Is luck purely random, or can our mindset and actions actually shape our fortunes? Let's explore the science behind luck and discover how, with the right attitude, you might just create your own good fortune. At first glance, luck might seem like an unpredictable force, a roll of the dice that determines whether we win or lose. Think back to the infamous curse of the Bambino that haunted the Boston Red Sox for nearly 90 years. After selling Ruth to the Yankees in 1920, and despite having immense talent and constantly delivering unforgettable moments for decades, the team couldn't clinch a World Series title until an unexpected twist in 2004 broke the cycle. It leaves us wondering, was there really a mysterious jinx at work? It turns out that what we call luck isn't about mystical forces or hidden puppeteers pulling strings. It's about chance, and the way we interpret and react to those chance events. An iconic example comes from NFL history, the story of Kurt Warner. Undrafted and overlooked, Warner spent his early career in the Arena Football League and even worked stocking shelves before getting a once-in-a-lifetime break with the St. Louis Rams. Despite not fitting the conventional profile of an NFL superstar, his relentless perseverance and the unpredictable twists of chance led him to become a 2-time NFL MVP and a Super Bowl champion. An even clearer example is Tom Brady. Drafted 199th overall with mediocre stats, he went on to redefine what we thought was possible in football. While his pre-draft numbers might have suggested a modest future, the unpredictable nature of chance combined with his own relentless drive led him to become one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. This phenomenon, known as regression to the mean, reminds us that while extraordinary outcomes may occur, they're often balanced by a return to average performance over time. Now let's shift gears. What if I told you that luck isn't just about random chance, but also about how we respond to the unexpected? Renowned psychologist Richard Wiseman spent a decade investigating why some people seem to enjoy charmed lives, while others face a string of misfortunes. His experiments revealed something truly fascinating. People who consider themselves lucky are not simply beneficiaries of chance. They actively create opportunities for themselves. Imagine you're out for a walk on a pleasant evening when an unexpected downpour forces you to take shelter under a bus stop. As you huddle there, waiting for the rain to subside, you notice someone else also seeking refuge from the sudden shower. Instead of letting frustration take over, You share a smile and strike up a casual conversation about the unpredictable weather. Before you know it, what began as a shared inconvenience blossoms into a delightful encounter, and that person eventually becomes your better half. What started as a problem transforms into a positive, life-changing event, reminding you how quickly circumstances can change. It's all about perspective. Lucky individuals see challenges as opportunities. They believe that even when things go wrong, there's a lesson to be learned and a chance to bounce back stronger. In essence, they turn potential misfortune into stepping stones for future success. Ever wondered why a pleasant surprise makes you feel so good? When we experience a lucky break, say, finding an unexpected $5 bill in your pocket, our brain releases dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter. This chemical reaction reinforces our positive experiences and nudges us to seek out similar moments in the future. It's a bit like a natural reward system that encourages us to stay optimistic and take chances. Wiseman's research offers some eye-opening experiments to illustrate this. In one study, participants were given a section of a newspaper and asked to count all the photographs. Without their knowledge, a bold message was printed right in the middle of the page instructing, "Stop counting, there are 43 photographs in this newspaper." But that wasn't all. Halfway through the section, another prominent message urged participants to stop and inform the experimenter that they had seen the instruction with the promise of a $250 reward. While many participants became so absorbed in their counting task that they completely missed these unexpected cues, those who considered themselves lucky were more alert. They noticed the messages, stopped counting, and claimed the unforeseen reward. This simple experiment shows that lucky people are more attentive to subtle hints and opportunities. They're tuned in to the signals life sends us. Let's take a closer look at how luck shows up in our everyday lives. Have you ever considered that factors like the month you're born in or your socioeconomic background could influence your chances of success? For instance, studies on the relative age effect reveal that children born just after the cutoff date for school or sports tend to have an early advantage. They're the oldest in their class, more developed both physically and mentally, which often leads to more opportunities later in life. This effect isn't limited to sports. In the United Kingdom, students with autumn birthdays are statistically more likely to be admitted to prestigious universities like Oxford and Cambridge than those born in the summer. Now let's talk about one of the richest and smartest men on Earth, Elon Musk. A high IQ individual and owner of a famously intense work ethic, Musk's rise to success might seem like a textbook example of talent and hard work. Yet his story is also one of extraordinary luck. Born in 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa, to a Canadian mother and a South African father, Musk developed an early interest in computing. By the age of 12, he had self-taught programming and created a video game called Blastar, which he sold to a computer magazine for approximately $500. He attended Queen's University in Ontario, Canada, before transferring to the University of Pennsylvania in the United States, where he earned degrees in physics and economics. During his time at university, Musk's exposure to cutting-edge research and networks in North America provided a fertile ground for his entrepreneurial ambitions. In 1995, Musk moved to California to pursue a PhD at Stanford University, but left the program after just 2 days to dive into the burgeoning internet industry. He co-founded Zip2, a city guide software for newspapers, which was later sold, providing capital for his subsequent ventures. And nowadays he is renowned for his successful ventures like Tesla and SpaceX. Musk has acknowledged that while dedication and effort are crucial, luck also plays a significant role in success. He once remarked that if he could choose any superpower, luck is the best superpower. In other words, even with exceptional talent and determination, being in the right place at the right time played a pivotal role in his success. If luck is a blend of chance and personal choices, can we really improve our fortunes? According to Wiseman's groundbreaking research, the answer is yes. He distilled his findings into 4 key principles that characterize lucky people. Let's break these down and explore how you can put them into practice in your own life. 1. Maximize your opportunities. Lucky individuals seem to create more opportunities for themselves simply by being open and engaged. They actively seek out new experiences, whether it's striking up a conversation with a stranger or trying a new hobby. Think about it, if you're always doing the same thing, your chances of encountering something new are slim. Instead, challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone. Ask yourself, what's one new activity or connection I can pursue this week? Expanding your network and trying new things can open doors you never knew existed. Listen to your intuition. Many of us experience those gut feelings telling us to either seize an opportunity or steer clear of a risky situation. Lucky people tend to trust their instincts. Whether it's a hunch about a business deal or a subtle warning sign in a personal relationship, paying attention to that inner voice can save you from potential pitfalls and guide you toward better outcomes. Simple practices like mindfulness and meditation can help you tune into your intuition. Next time you're faced with a decision, take a moment to reflect on your gut reaction. It might just lead you to a stroke of good luck. Expect good fortune. Have you ever noticed that when you start your day with a positive mindset, things seem to go your way? Lucky people are characterized by an optimistic outlook. They genuinely expect good things to happen. This positive expectation can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. For instance, if you're preparing for an important interview or meeting, try visualizing a successful outcome. Affirmations like repeating "today is going to be a great day" can boost your confidence and prime you for success. By setting positive expectations, you not only improve your mood but also your ability to notice and seize opportunities. Turn bad luck into good. Even the luckiest people face setbacks. What sets them apart is their ability to reframe failures and mishaps as learning experiences. Instead of dwelling on negative outcomes, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Or "How can this experience make me stronger?" By actively looking for the silver lining, you can transform challenges into valuable lessons. Whether it's a professional setback or a personal disappointment, remember that every negative event carries the seed of a positive opportunity if you're willing to look for it. Now that we've unpacked the science behind luck and the practical principles for creating your own fortune, let's bring it all together. Luck isn't an elusive, magical force reserved for a select few. It's a dynamic interplay between chance and choice. While we can't control every random event that occurs in our lives, we can control how we respond to them. By cultivating a mindset that is open, intuitive, optimistic, and resilient, you position yourself to take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. Consider your own life. Have you ever experienced a moment when a simple change in perspective turned a potential disaster into a breakthrough? Maybe you missed an important bus only to discover a new route that led to an unexpected adventure. Or perhaps a chance encounter, sparked by a willingness to talk to a stranger, ended up opening a door to a new career opportunity. These instances aren't merely coincidences. They're the result of a mindset that welcomes chance and leverages it for growth. I invite you to reflect on your own experiences and ask yourself, how often do I step out of my comfort zone? Am I open to new possibilities even when they seem small or insignificant? What are some ways I can start trusting my intuition a little more? And most importantly, how can I reframe the setbacks in my life as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks? As we wrap up today's exploration into the science of luck, remember that while we may not control every twist and turn, we do have the power to shape our own destiny. By embracing these 4 principles, you can transform your approach to life and perhaps even tip the scales in your favor. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What's one time when a shift in your perspective turned your luck around? Share your experiences and ideas in the comments below. Let's continue to learn and grow together, because here at the Life Pulse, we believe that every moment is an opportunity to create our own good fortune. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and remember, sometimes a little change in attitude can be the key to unlocking a world of possibilities. Thanks for watching.
Dreams are more than just random images. They serve as a bridge between our conscious and unconscious minds. Throughout history, cultures have interpreted dreams as messages from the divine, reflections of our deepest desires, or even warnings of future events. From a modern psychological perspective, dreams often function as a means of emotional processing. They allow us to work through unresolved thoughts, rehearse possible future scenarios, and explore aspects of our psyche that we might not be fully aware of while awake. Some theories suggest that dreams help with memory consolidation, while others propose they serve as a creative playground where the mind experiments with different solutions to real-life problems. Interestingly, the recurring themes in dreams, such as being chased, flying, or facing obstacles, tend to be universal across cultures. This suggests that dreams tap into common human experiences, fears, and aspirations. Today, we'll explore the final set of common dreams and their possible meanings, helping you unlock the messages your subconscious might be sending. Dreaming of storms. Storms in dreams often symbolize emotional turmoil, sudden changes, or pent-up frustration. If you dream of being caught in a violent storm, it could reflect overwhelming stress in your waking life, perhaps due to an upcoming exam, a work deadline, or a major life transition. However, if you find yourself calmly watching a storm from a safe place, this could indicate that you are becoming more self-aware and learning to navigate emotional challenges without being overwhelmed. A bridge. Bridges often represent transitions or the crossing from one phase of life to another. Dreaming of confidently walking across a sturdy bridge suggests you feel prepared for a significant change, such as starting a new job or moving to a new city. On the other hand, a broken or shaky bridge might indicate uncertainty or fear of the unknown. If you hesitate before crossing, ask yourself, is there something in your life that feels too risky to pursue? Being unable to find a toilet. Dreaming of desperately needing to use a toilet but being unable to find one often symbolizes frustration and unmet personal needs. This dream may indicate that you're struggling to express your emotions, set boundaries, or take care of your own well-being in waking life. It can also reflect feelings of embarrassment, vulnerability, or being unable to prioritize yourself due to external pressures. For instance, if you're constantly putting others' needs before your own, whether at work, in relationships, or family life, your subconscious might manifest this dream as a sign that it's time to focus on self-care and assertiveness. A maze or labyrinth. Dreaming of being lost in a maze often represents feelings of confusion or being trapped in a complex situation. Maybe you are dealing with a problem that feels unsolvable, such as a difficult relationship or an unclear career path. Finding your way out of a maze in your dream suggests that you are beginning to gain clarity and figure things out in waking life. Dreaming of clocks. If you dream about clocks or the feeling of racing against time, it often points to anxiety about deadlines or the fear of missing out on something important. This can reflect real-world stress. Perhaps you're feeling pressured to achieve a certain goal within a specific time frame. A stopped clock might suggest a sense of stagnation, feeling stuck in life, or longing for a past moment that you can't get back. Shadows or dark figures. Dreams of shadowy figures often represent hidden fears, unresolved trauma, or aspects of yourself that you are unwilling to confront. If a shadow follows you, it may symbolize a problem you've been avoiding in waking life. Facing the shadow in your dream can be an encouraging sign, suggesting that you are ready to acknowledge and work through your fears. A key or a locked door. A key in a dream signifies access, opportunities, or solutions. If you find a key, it might indicate that you are on the verge of discovering something important about yourself or a situation in your life. A locked door, on the other hand, could represent obstacles or untapped potential. If you struggle to open a locked door, ask yourself, is there something holding you back from achieving your goals? The moon. Dreaming of the moon often represents intuition, emotions, and the subconscious. A bright full moon can symbolize clarity and enlightenment, while a dark or obscured moon may indicate confusion or hidden truths. If the moon in your dream changes phases rapidly, it may reflect fluctuating emotions or uncertainty in an important area of your life. Dancing. Dancing in a dream often represents joy, freedom, and self-expression. If you find yourself dancing freely, it suggests that you are embracing life and feeling confident in your choices. However, if you struggle to dance or feel embarrassed, it might indicate self-doubt or fear of being judged by others. Dreaming of an empty room. An empty room can symbolize untapped potential or feelings of loneliness. If you find a hidden room in your dream, it might represent unexplored talents or new opportunities waiting to be discovered. An empty, cold, or dark room could indicate a sense of emotional isolation or neglect. Dreaming of trains. Trains in dreams often symbolize the journey of life. A fast-moving train suggests that things are progressing smoothly, while a delayed or broken-down train might indicate setbacks or uncertainty. Missing a train could signify regret over a missed opportunity, or the feeling of being left behind in some aspect of your life. A volcano. A volcano represents suppressed emotions, particularly anger or stress. If you dream of an erupting volcano, it could indicate that emotions you've been holding in are about to come to the surface. If you witness a dormant volcano, it might suggest that you are suppressing something that could eventually explode if not addressed. A hospital. Hospitals in dreams are often linked to healing, self-care, or feelings of vulnerability. If you find yourself in a hospital, it might mean that your subconscious is urging you to focus on your physical or mental well-being. Seeing a loved one in a hospital may indicate concern for their health or emotional state. Finding money. Dreaming of discovering money can symbolize feelings of self-worth, new opportunities, or unexpected good fortune. It may indicate that you are recognizing your value or receiving well-deserved rewards in waking life. If you lose money in your dream, it could reflect financial concerns or a fear of losing something important. This brings us to the end of our journey into the world of dreams. We hope these insights help you better understand the messages your subconscious is sending you. Have you had any of these dreams? Share your experiences in the comments. You may find others who have had similar dreams. Tell us what they meant to you and what they revealed about your life. Have a dream we haven't covered yet and want to know its meaning? Drop it in the comments. Who knows, maybe part 4 is on the way. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss more fascinating discussions. And remember, while dreams can provide insight, they are not a substitute for professional psychological guidance. If you're struggling with recurring nightmares or emotional distress, consider speaking with a qualified expert. You are worthy of love and happiness. Thanks for watching The Life Pulse. We'll see you in the next video.
Hey there, and welcome back to The Life Pulse, where we dive into all the topics that make life fascinating, from science to self-improvement. And today, we're tackling finances. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by debt and wondered how you can finally break free, you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to explore 5 straightforward, powerful strategies to help you pay off your debt fast, even if you're not a finance guru. Let's get started. Number 1, embrace a fresh financial start. Imagine the feeling of a fresh start, like the clean slate of a new year. It's an opportunity to reevaluate your life and your money. Whether you're dealing with student loans, credit card balances, or other consumer debts, the first step is to face them head-on. Grab a pen and paper or open your favorite budgeting app and write down every debt you owe. List out everything: credit cards, car loans, personal loans, and any other bills that aren't tied to your home mortgage. Knowing exactly what you owe is the foundation of regaining control over your finances. When you see all those numbers on paper, it might feel overwhelming at first, but this is your first victory. Awareness is power, and once you have a clear picture, you're set to create a game plan. Remember, this isn't about judgment. It's about taking charge of your financial future. Number 2. Build a safety net with an emergency fund. Before you dive headfirst into paying off debt, it's important to secure a little cushion for those unexpected bumps along the road. Think of an emergency fund as your financial airbag. Even a modest goal, say saving $1,000, can be a lifesaver when something unexpected comes up. Whether it's a minor car repair or a sudden bill, having a small reserve stops you from needing to borrow more money and adds stability to your plan. So, while it might seem tempting to throw every extra dollar toward your debt, take a moment to build this financial buffer. Once you have your safety net, you'll feel more secure and better prepared to tackle your debts with confidence. Now let's talk about one of the most motivating and effective strategies to knock out your debt: the debt snowball method. The idea is simple. Instead of worrying about interest rates or the mathematical best way to pay off debt, focus on paying off your smallest balance first. Here's why this works so well. Quick wins. Paying off a small debt gives you an immediate victory. It's a psychological boost that makes you feel like you're making real progress. Momentum. Once you clear one debt, you can roll the payment you were making on that balance into the next smallest debt. Think of it like a snowball gaining size as it rolls downhill. Simplicity. By focusing on one debt at a time, you simplify your plan. No complicated calculations, just steady, focused progress. Let's set up a step-by-step example. Imagine you have 3 debts: a small credit card balance, a medium-sized personal loan, and a larger car loan. Start by making minimum payments on all your debts except the smallest one. Pour every extra dollar you have into that tiny balance until it disappears. Once it's paid off, take the amount you were paying on that debt and add it to the minimum payment for the next smallest balance. Continue this pattern until all your debts are cleared. While some might argue that paying off the highest interest debt first, the avalanche method, makes more sense mathematically, the snowball method wins by helping you stay motivated. Remember, for some individuals, paying off debt isn't just about the numbers. It's about changing your behavior and building confidence that you can do it. Now that you've mapped out your debt and chosen your strategy, it's time to find ways to free up some extra cash to speed things along. Here are a few practical ideas. Trim the fat. Take a hard look at your monthly expenses. Are there subscriptions or little luxuries you can temporarily cut back on? Maybe limit dining out or reassess your entertainment budget. Even saving $50 to $100 a month can make a big difference. Boost your income. Consider a side hustle. Whether it's freelance work, pet sitting, ride sharing, or selling things you no longer use, additional income can be a powerful tool in accelerating your debt repayment. Sell what you don't need. Look around your home. Chances are you have items collecting dust that you could sell. Clearing out clutter not only frees up space, but also boosts your bank account. Temporarily pause extra investments. If you're already investing, it might be worth pausing those contributions just for a while until you get your debt under control. Once you're debt-free, you can resume and even increase your investment contributions. Adjust your tax withholdings. If you're receiving a large tax refund each year, consider adjusting your withholdings so that more money comes in your paycheck each month. That extra cash can be put directly toward your debt. Use budgeting tools. Leverage budgeting apps and tools to track your spending. Seeing where your money goes can help you identify more areas to save and redirect funds to your debt repayment plan. Each of these tips is a small step toward creating more financial room for paying off debt. The extra money you free up will be the wind beneath your wings on your journey to financial freedom. Paying off debt isn't just a financial maneuver. It's a journey of personal growth and mindset transformation. The key is to adopt a lifestyle where you live well below your means. This might mean making temporary sacrifices like skipping that expensive vacation or holding off on a new car, but it's all part of building a secure future. Think about it this way. The choices you make today will pave the way for a debt-free tomorrow. Living modestly now can lead to major financial wins later. Once you've cleared your consumer debt, you'll have the flexibility to build an emergency fund, save for retirement, or even tackle larger financial goals like paying off your mortgage early. Remember, this isn't about permanent austerity. It's about creating a sustainable, empowering path forward. Every dollar you save and every debt you pay off brings you closer to a life where you have the freedom to invest in what truly matters: your future, your passions, and your well-being. So let's recap the steps to a debt-free life. Get organized. List out every debt to understand the full picture. Secure a safety net. Build a small emergency fund to handle unexpected expenses. Use the debt snowball. Attack your smallest debt first to gain momentum and build confidence. Find extra cash. Cut unnecessary expenses. Boost your income and reallocate funds to accelerate your payments. Shift your mindset. Embrace a lifestyle that prioritizes financial freedom over short-term indulgences. By following these steps, you're not just paying off debt, you're building a foundation for a brighter, more secure future. It might seem daunting at first, but every step you take brings you closer to a life where money is a tool for achieving your dreams, not a source of stress. I know it's not always easy. Sometimes you'll have days when the numbers feel overwhelming or when you miss the comforts you've grown used to. But remember, every journey begins with a single step. The choices you make today can transform your tomorrow. You have the power to change your financial story. If you found these tips helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the Life Pulse, and share this video with anyone who could use a boost on their debt-free journey. Leave a comment below with your own strategies or questions. Let's inspire and support each other on the road to financial freedom. Take control of your money, take control of your life, and create a future you love. Until next time, keep your pulse on life, and remember, every small victory counts. Thanks for watching. Disclaimer. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Any financial decisions should be made after thorough research, consideration of professional opinions, and careful evaluation of what is best for your personal situation.
Nihilism. Is life meaningless? What if I told you that nothing you do actually matters? That morality, truth, and even your sense of self might be illusions. Sounds bleak, right? Well, welcome to nihilism. But before you close this video and run for the hills, let's dive deeper. Is nihilism truly a philosophy of despair, or is there something liberating hidden within it? From existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre, Søren Kierkegaard, and Albert Camus to modern thinkers like Dr. Jordan Peterson, nihilism has been both feared and embraced. So, is life meaningless, or do we get to create our own meaning? Let's find out. The birth of nihilism. Where did it come from? The term nihilism comes from the Latin word nihil, meaning nothing. It was first used philosophically in the 18th century by Friedrich Heinrich Jacobi, who warned that extreme rationalism and rejection of religion might strip away all meaning from life. One of the most radical thinkers of this nihilistic wave was Max Stirner, who took nihilism to an individualistic extreme. Stirner rejected all external structures, whether they were religious, societal, or even moral, in favor of absolute personal freedom. He believed that individuals should be the only authority in their lives, radically rejecting anything that imposed itself upon them, including the very concept of society or morality. For Stirner, the individual was free to create their own meaning, regardless of tradition or collective norms. But it was in Russia that nihilism truly became a movement. Writers like Ivan Turgenev used it to describe young intellectuals rejecting tradition, religion, and authority. They wanted to start over, tear everything down and rebuild from nothing. Sounds radical? Well, that's because it was. Of course, Friedrich Nietzsche took nihilism to a whole new level. His famous line, "God is dead," wasn't just a random hot take. He meant that the old ways, religion, morality, universal truth, had lost their power. The world was shifting toward a secular scientific age, but without a guiding moral compass. Without God, Nietzsche argued, we face a terrifying question. If there are no absolute truths, what stops us from falling into despair or chaos? His answer was that most people don't handle it well. He described two common reactions to nihilism, which were passive nihilism and active nihilism. Passive nihilism, meaning those who sink into apathy and resignation, believing nothing matters. And active nihilism, comprised of those who tear down old values, seeking to replace them with something new. But Nietzsche didn't believe we should remain in nihilism forever. Instead, he introduced the idea of the Übermensch, the person who creates their own values and meaning instead of relying on external sources. To Nietzsche, nihilism wasn't an endpoint. It was a phase humanity had to go through in order to grow. But how do we do that? And is nihilism always a bad thing? Existential nihilism. Does life have meaning? This is where existentialism comes in, and no one explored it better than Albert Camus. In his book The Myth of Sisyphus, Camus asks, if life has no inherent meaning, should we give up, or should we rebel? The book is based on the Greek myth of Sisyphus, a man condemned by the gods to roll a boulder up a hill, only to watch it roll back down, over and over, for eternity. It's a perfect metaphor for human life. We work, struggle, and push forward, only for everything to reset. If nothing lasts, why keep going? Camus' answer is surprising. He argues that instead of sinking into despair, we should embrace the absurdity of life. Sisyphus's fate seems meaningless, but what if he finds joy in the struggle itself? Camus famously concludes, we must imagine Sisyphus happy. The lesson, meaning isn't something we discover out there. It's something we bring to life by ourselves, through our actions and choices. In modern times, Dr. Jordan Peterson has built on Nietzsche's ideas, particularly his warning about the dangers of nihilism. Peterson argues that when people believe life has no meaning, they become vulnerable to despair, resentment, and destructive ideologies. He sees this as a real psychological and societal risk. He often points to the 20th century, where nihilism played a role in the rise of totalitarian ideologies like communism and fascism. Without shared values, Peterson argues, people look for something else to give their lives meaning, often something dangerous. So how do we escape nihilism? Peterson's answer is simple. Take responsibility. He believes that meaning isn't something you passively find, it's something you create by setting goals, taking on challenges, and striving for self-improvement. In his words, meaning is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Dr. Jordan Peterson provides valuable and positive advice on how to find a way out of nihilism in one of his lectures that's available on YouTube. I'll leave the link for you in the video description down below. Moral nihilism. Is right and wrong just an opinion? What about morality? If nothing has objective meaning, does that mean there's no right or wrong? That's moral nihilism. It suggests that good and evil are human constructs, not universal truths. But does that mean morality is meaningless? Well, not necessarily. Many philosophers argue that, even if morality is a human construct, it still has real value. Society functions best when people cooperate and treat each other well, so we create moral frameworks, even if they aren't handed down by a higher power. The question for many remains, do we create our own morality, or is there something deeper that guides us? So is nihilism a dead end or a new beginning? In fact, many thinkers, from Nietzsche to Camus, argue that if meaning isn't given to us, that means we have the freedom to create it. Now, where does this leave us? If life doesn't come with built-in meaning, does that mean we're doomed to despair? There is more than one answer. Nietzsche's answer, become the Übermensch. Create your own values and rise above nihilism. Camus' answer, embrace the absurd, find joy in the struggle itself. Peterson's answer: take responsibility, build a meaningful life through discipline and goals. But to fully grasp nihilism, we should also consider existentialist thinkers who wrestled with its implications. While Jean-Paul Sartre and Søren Kierkegaard were not nihilists, they directly confronted the challenge of meaninglessness. Instead of falling into despair, they each proposed a way forward, one rooted in personal choice and commitment. Sartre's answer: radical freedom. Since life has no preset purpose, we must create meaning through our choices and actions. Kierkegaard's answer: a leap of faith. When reason fails to provide meaning, a personal commitment, often religious, can offer a path beyond despair. These different answers show that life is a complex and ever-evolving experience, one that calls for openness and curiosity. We must dare to keep questioning, to seek, to discover, and sometimes even to rediscover what brings peace to our souls. Perhaps, as Peterson suggests, this was the true purpose of Nietzsche's warning: to challenge us to find meaning before nihilism finds us. Maybe the meaning of life isn't something you find. Maybe the meaning of life is to give it meaning. What do you think? Is nihilism liberating or terrifying? Do you agree with Nietzsche, Peterson, or Camus? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into philosophy, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep discussions, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of The Life Pulse. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious. Thanks for watching.
And that's a wrap on our March 2025 monthly compilation. We hope you found these insights helpful, inspiring, and maybe even a little mind-expanding. If you enjoyed these videos, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us grow and continue creating even better content for you. We'd love to hear from you, so drop a comment below and let us know what topics or stories you'd like us to cover next. Here at The Life Pulse, we explore everything that makes life an exciting journey. From philosophy, self-improvement, and finance to history, science, and even the world's craziest legends. If it's fun and useful for the mind, you'll find it here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.